Like a boss. How you doing, guys? I have Rollo Tomasi here. Oh, as you may remember, he doesn't really like me at all. He doesn't really like anyone except for Boss of Boss. But you're going to do this review with me. I'm giving him a second chance because he did his best he could on that Spider-Man review, the Spider-Man coffee review. And that flavor kind of fell flat. No offense, it just did. It was a fun review, though, right? But I'm hoping we have a good time this time because we are doing the second Indiana Jones flavor. That's right, we are doing Toffee Treasure. Look at that. Bones Company's Indiana Jones flavored Toffee Treasure. Toffee flavored coffee. Very cool. A similar cover to the one that was we just did, which was the Crusader's Cup. This obviously is inspired by the first movie that came out, which is actually the second chronologically. You should check that out. Temple of Doom actually happens before Raiders of the Lost Ark from a chronological standpoint, but on release, this was the first one. And you can see the Ark of the Covenant in the background. You got your other pictures of Indiana Jones there. And the back, it states, "Take your taste buds on a wild adventure in search of long lost and incredibly delicious toffee treasure." So, very cool. I've heard some people who are talking about the cover for this, as well as Crusader's Cup, who didn't like the fact that the character, the Bones character, isn't on here. I mean, you have it in the symbol, and you have that little image there, but usually it is, incorporated into the image in some sort of way. The Spider-Man one had it on the cover of a newspaper, or the front of a newspaper that was blowing in the wind, if I'm not mistaken. So, some people are really hyper technical, so I still think the bag is really cool. But Bones, if you're out there, people really love your logo and really like your person. So if you're able to work it in, don't offend people, I guess is what I'm saying. So anyway, we are going to be doing this as a three-way review. Of course, we're going to be doing it in the cold brew. Yes, we have it in the Bones cup. We're going to be doing it in drip. And yes, we have it in a Bones coffee mug for s'more time, which was the flavor that started it all for me. Just because I saw the image on Facebook and I thought that image for that coffee was awesome. But yet I still don't have a shirt because they don't make the shirts anymore, or at least maybe they never did on that one. And we have it in espresso. So let's give this all a try, Rollo. What do you think? Okay, you gonna do that? All right, let's give it a smell first. Man, listen, obviously I opened it before because I had to brew them. And the smell off this was really intense, much more than the Crusader's Cup. It's really a strong toffee smell. So I'm hoping that bodes well for the flavor itself. Oh, I did want to let you guys know, because at the end of the last review for Crusader's Cup, I said, I would let it go the full 24 hours just to make sure, to see if the flavor changed. And it didn't on the cold brew. So my opinion on that one still stays the same, that it worked as a drip. As a cold brew, didn't have a lot of flavor, but it wasn't bad. It just didn't have as much flavor as I wanted it to have. Maybe I'm just demanding. And on the espresso, it was sort of a no-go. But let's move on to the cold brew. You can hear the other dogs yelping because they're jealous. They wanted to do this video, dude. But no, you got picked. You got picked. See, because you're special. He just wants to get down and get to a boss of boss. So, cold brew. Give it a smell. Doesn't really have any smell at all on the cold brew. Tasting like a boss. Well, there you go. Tastes like toffee. That's a good toffee cold brew. So if you like toffee, you want to have those notes of like caramel, that golden taste, right? Not like the dark earthy chocolate taste. Nothing really creamy. But if you want to get those warm caramel toffee flavors, it's good. So thumbs up for me. Just justifies the purchase right here. So everything on from here on out is just frosting, right? So let's move to the drip. I actually get less scent notes off the drip than the cold brew. And the cold brew doesn't have a lot, if any. I think it's just because the bag smells so intense. Okay, but tastes like a boss. Here we go. Flavor notes do not come out as well on the drip on the Toffee Treasure. It doesn't taste bad, but whereas in Crusader's Cup the cold brew was muted, the drip was more intense. Here it's completely flipped. Cold brew, good. Here, more muted. It's not a bad cup of coffee, but I'm not sure if I mean, it's not a bad cup of coffee at all. It's a very good cup of coffee, but it's not as if I'm detecting anything that's treasure. Sorry, it doesn't taste like treasure. It doesn't taste like toffee to me. Still a good cup of coffee, so I'm going to be finishing that. All right, let's move to the espresso. So here we go. I actually have it in an espresso cup today. Here, the toffee notes are extreme. It's weird. I mean, obviously, when you do an espresso, it just seems to pull the scents out, but it's head and shoulders higher. Guys, sorry for that barking. No one's being tortured, I swear. That's just Minerva yelping because she wants out. This smells heavenly. Gosh, I hope it tastes as good as it smells. Tasting like a boss. Here we go. I'm giving it a second try because I was disappointed with the first. All right. How to put it? Its initial flavor is not offensive, but then the sour takes over and then plateaus. Not a massive peak, but it rises and sort of plateaus. It does not taste like toffee at all, and it doesn't taste the way I would want espresso to taste. I wouldn't even try it for the idea of, well, here's some Indiana Jones espresso. There's really no reason to do it unless you just want to get the smell to come out of it. So just in summation, espresso, I did it so you don't have to do it, right? So I wouldn't do it. The cold brew, let's go to the other one. Cold brew, this is good. In fact, coming back to the cold brew after you had the espresso, you really can taste the sweetness there. That's really good. It's really good. I mean, yeah, that's solid. The drip, let's see. Yeah, just not getting those toffee notes. Still a good cup of coffee. So if you're going to be getting these, listen, you're a fan, you're going to get them both anyway, right? And you're going to tell me where I'm wrong. You're going to go in the comments and you're going to say, no, man, you don't know what you're doing. And you might be right. But the way I see it is this. The Crusader's Cup, the one that's the Scotcheroo flavor, get that for drip. It's a good drip. You can use it for cold brew too, but you don't have to. Toffee Treasure lends itself to cold brew. Sweetness comes out, and in drip, not as much. For both of them, I'd avoid the espresso. I don't think there's really a reason to do it. Well, the sun is peeking out over my head and blinding you now. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys so much. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit share. We got some other tastings coming. We actually have we have 2 more Bones flavors. I'm not sure if I'm going to do in the next couple of days, but we have some other fun ones. I think you'll like it. So even if you're more than just a coffee critic or a coffee lover, or if you just like silly reviews on silly things, I urge you to do it because we're going to be doing one in particular that's kind of silly, but one that we're looking forward to. All right. So until next time, I have Rollo Tomasi here. Thank you, buddy. This is a better one, don't you think? Yeah. Until next time. Keep tasting like a boss.